All right, y'all, we're gonna do a little eyeshadow look today because I just got the two Makeup by Mario palettes and I'm super excited about them. I think I'm gonna go with the warmer original palette. Looks something like this. More warmer tone colors. The other one, the neutrals palette, they're a little bit cooler toned. So I did put some primer on my eyelids. I'm gonna go in with this creamy color corrector and I'm actually just gonna put this like all over my under eye and my lid. I'm a big fan of this color corrector because I love how creamy it is, as opposed to a more liquidy formula, because I just feel like it gives so much coverage and it blends so nicely into the skin. I tend to have like a drier skin type. I might get a little bit of like oil in my T-zone or something like that. But in general, my skin is a little bit drier and really absorbs products. So I like something a little creamier. So you can see the difference, color corrected, not color corrected. And it always makes sense to like bring your concealer or color corrector onto your eyelid anyway, even if you're not trying to like give yourself a base for your eyeshadows, because if we color correct underneath our eyes and take away all the bags and veins and discoloration, and then we don't do anything to our eyelids, it's going to be like a really harsh contrast between the smooth, even tone underneath the eyes and then what would still be, you know, a lot of varying colors and whatever, like I said, the veins and all that stuff on your eyelid. So even if I wasn't doing any eyeshadow today, I was just doing like a simple face makeup look, I would still be taking this color corrector all over my lid. I'm actually gonna add a touch of the House Labs concealer. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of this already. Add a touch of the House Labs concealer to my lid. I'm not gonna do my under eyes yet because there's probably gonna be some eyeshadow that falls under my under eyes, and I'll want to put the concealer on after, once I've kind of cleaned that up a little bit. You can obviously also use an eyelid primer. They do sell that. I think Urban Decay has a nice one. I think Anastasia Beverly Hills has one. But yeah, there we go. Eyelids are prepped with concealer. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some setting powder over our eyelids. And the reason for that is if we just leave it as is with the concealer, it's a little bit sticky, so our eyeshadow won't blend nicely into that. So we want to take a nice translucent powder. I'm taking this one. It is by, which is this one? Oh, this one's Kat Von D. It's just the translucent powder. It's a mini, actually. You're gonna take a powder puff. I'm gonna take this really, really mini one, put some onto the lid, grab it all over your powder puff. Tap any excess off onto the palm of your hand, and then go into the eyelid area. You can also use a brush for this, and any type of like eyeshadow brush would work well too. But we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna get some of this powder onto the powder puff, tap onto the hand, and then go for the other lid. So as you can see, eyelids are set now, but there's no color to them yet because we haven't used any eyeshadow. I am going to take their lightest shade in this palette and just start by working that all over the lid. Again, it's just giving us something to blend into. And you can even see now that I've set my lid, how easily the brush is just sliding over my skin. It's not getting kind of stuck on any of that concealer or color corrector that would have been sticky. I'm gonna go with this as my medium color and then this as my darker outer corner color. So grabbing some of that medium color onto this nice fluffy brush, tap off any excess, and we're just gonna work that from the outer edge of our eye, but it's gonna go all the way across into this inner corner. For me, I do have slightly hooded eyes. I have a little bit of extra skin up there. So when I say like my crease, I don't mean like where my crease naturally occurs because of the folds in my eyes. I almost mean like where my crease would occur if I didn't have any extra eyelid skin. Like I'm almost just following the shape of my orbital bone. So less about where my skin creases and more about where my bone structure would create a crease, if that makes sense. So there we go. Just got some brown worked in to create some depth in our eyes. And then we're gonna go in with a darker shade. The darker brown here, just pack it in with this one. You can kind of like flick it a little bit. So there we go. Now let's go back to the brush we were using. It can still have some of the last shade on it because we're trying to blend those shades together. It helps if you grab further down on the brush actually, and just light circular motions to kind of diffuse the edges. Now we're gonna take an angled brush and just pack some of like this really dark brown color onto our waterline. Tiniest little wing. I'm gonna go do my lashes and my face and we'll see the final result. All right, y'all, and this is the final look. Let me know what you think in the comments.